Playing video games was such a chore back in 2005. Sure, you had a bunch of great games, but don't you just wish the controller was shaped like a TV remote and had motion controls?
Yes!
Well, today's your lucky day. We're here to deliver you games upon games filled to the brim with all your motion control needs. This seemed way cooler in my head. Hey guys! The Wii turned 6,554 days old today. You know what that means. He doesn't have much time left. Now, if there's one thing the Wii doesn't lack, it sure is a controller. And while it may not lack a controller, it sure does lack normal games. Gaming always was a super engaging thing. I mean, you had games like Halo and Call of Duty being very competitive and forcing you to stay on your toes during each match. You had a few casual games for grandmas as well. But the point is, gaming was becoming more of a competitive thing nowadays. But Nintendo must have seen all that and said, boring! Oh, Nintendo's making a new console, huh? Man, I can't wait to see what the controller looks like. How am I supposed to play Halo on this? Okay, well, the controller doesn't look all that amazing. Surely it'll have some sort of attachment to play more hardcore games. Maybe it's just an April Fool's joke, right? The Wii controller was basically a TV remote. A few buttons on the front, one on the back, and you'd think looking at this thing, there's no way this sold well. Oh, the Wii is one of the best-selling consoles of all time, and after playing it for 5 minutes, you'll be able to tell why. Motion controls. Everybody wants them, they just don't know it yet. PlayStation Move, Xbox Kinect, and the Wii, they all have motion controls. But clearly the Wii was the only one that knew what it was doing with them. I mean, it just left all these puny consoles in the dust when it came to motion peripherals. The motion controls on the Wii worked so well. I mean, look guys, that's me on the screen. Bowling! To many people, this gimmick was more than, well, just a gimmick. It was something that brought the whole family together to play a game of Wii Sports. I think the Wii Remote is one of the ugliest looking Nintendo controllers, and I still end up playing it more than anything else I own. It's hard to imagine where Nintendo would be right now if it wasn't for the Wii. You gotta love the use of 3 different fonts here. Whenever I think of motion controls for the Wii, this is one of the games that immediately comes to mind. I mean, you got Mario and Sonic and motion controls. What else could you possibly need? Looks like I got some mail here, so let's open it up and see what I got.
This game's rated E?
Now, on the normal Wii, this game chugs heavily, which is why I'm glad I played it on the Wii U, because now it only chugs heavily sometimes. But the motion controls in this game, man are they good. Each event utilizes them in a different way, whether you have to shake the controller like a madman, move it from side to side, or simply tilt the Wii Remote to turn. It's got it all, and the response time is outrageously quick. This game has a pseudo-story mode. It's basically just playing through the Olympic events one event at a time. And I used to replay this mode over and over again for hours as a kid. I just thought it was so much fun, especially with the rival battles. Now, if you never played this game, you probably have no clue what I'm talking about. But the rival battles were just harder versions of the events, where you face off against some sort of boss from either the Mario or Sonic game series. Now, it could be anyone from Boo, Omega, Jet from Sonic Riders, or any of the other ones. It also has the Dream events, which, let's be honest, most of the people that are playing this game go straight to these and don't touch the normal ones. The Dream events are the normal Olympic events with their own Mario or Sonic twist to them. Usually I'd be a hater for this type of thing because I played Mario Sports Mix and I don't like the Mario twists in that game. But these game modes are separate from the normal ones, so if you don't like these, you could always just play the originals. You got the ski level where you ski down a snowy version of Seaside Hill, or a level where you ski down a Mario Kart course, or the level where you do ski jumps through Mario Galaxy. Is this all just skiing?
Well, only half of them. Motion controls have been there since the very beginning of the Wii's creation, but some games required more advanced motion controls. And rather than forcing you to buy a new controller for that, they just turned your already existing one into a breadstick.
Oh man, I knew the Wii Remote wasn't long enough. Now, I'm not sure exactly what this thing does, but I can tell you without a doubt it does it correctly. There were 2 showcase games made for the Wii Motion Plus by Nintendo, Wii Sports Resort and Wii Play Motion. Now, one of these is a good game, and the other is Wii Play Motion. I don't really understand this game's existence. We have Wii Play, and that game was good, but I don't think anybody was really asking for a sequel. Starting the game, we have 4 modes unlocked, and I couldn't tell you what 3 of these pictures are, but I know ice cream.
Just let me play Halo instead.
This is a great example of how Wii Motion controls can be extremely annoying. I don't know if my Wii Motion Plus just broke while I was playing this game, but I mean it works amazingly for every other game, but here nothing would work. The ice cream game is a great example of this, because you gotta hold the controller like an ice cream cone and tilt it so the ice cream doesn't fall, but no matter what I did, it just wanted to go this way. Maybe the mole game will be better.
As long as it's on the Wii, animal abuse is okay.
I'll give it to this one. It worked way better. You know, animal abuse may be okay on the Wii, but hitting a person loses you 20 points. Explain that to PETA. Have you ever played Whack-A-Mole? Because if you haven't, you're about to. And using a Wii Remote as a hammer is quite comfortable for an experience like this. Now, this can be a lot of fun, especially when the Wii Remote does work. But man, it can't be more fun than spinning the Wii Remote in circles to make your guy play a good old-fashioned game of hole in the wall. Spin and twist the Wii Remote to fit through holes. And guys, give me something more exciting than this. Space. A dangerous frontier for man. What if we just put you in the sky instead? The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. One of the most controversial Zelda games, and not because of the motion controls. We technically had a motion-controlled Zelda game before this, that being Twilight Princess. But are we really gonna count that? I mean, swinging the remote did swing the sword, but all that did was take the game off the GameCube and map the B button to swinging your Wii remote. But they did do this with tons of other games through the Wii's life, Pikmin and Pikmin 2, Mario Tennis, just any game that felt like it would benefit from having motion controls, and most of them did, including Twilight Princess. But it just feels wrong to call this the first motion-controlled Zelda game on the Wii. Skyward Sword's motion controls are an essential part of the game. Certain enemies can't be hit without you slicing at certain directions or thrusting your sword, which if you took the motion controls away from that, it would make the game nearly impossible to beat. Oh man, I can't wait to see what this game's about. Have you ever played a game with motion controls and just thought, man, this would have been 1,000 times better if it was on the 3DS instead?
No.
Fling Smash is that game for me. Using a stylish would have felt much better as a control for this game. But hey, at least the motion controls work to begin with. You use your controller as a paddle to hit this little ball guy to get points. And I gotta say, it's a neat little game. Now, usually this is about the time where I would tell you this game reminds me of something, but this game is incomparable to anything I've ever played. As far as I know, this is one of the only Wii games that uses motion controls like this. I mean, look at the gameplay. How do you even describe this to somebody? But you know what? I think Fling Smash 3D would have been better than putting this game on the Wii, so Nintendo, I'm waiting. Now, tell me this. Have you ever wanted to play a video game and hate yourself all at the same time?
Are there even games that don't do that?
Man, I knew motion controls could be bad, but God, what were they thinking? I may have complained about the motion controls in Wii Play Motion not working, but this is a whole nother level of bad motion controls. The longer I play this, the more I think that nobody playtested this game because tilting the controller left and right moves your character. Cool. Shake the controller to homing attack? Okay. But how the hell do I walk backwards?
I just don't understand you.
But oh man, don't think it's just the controls I hate about this game. I also hate the level design, the music, the characters, the way the game looks, and the menus. You know, Sega, it's hard to make a bad game. It really is. But you just seem to be the only company that knows how to do that. I'd like to congratulate you. Not only did you make a bad game nobody's ever going to want to play, but you might have just made the worst game in the history of ever.
Motion controls may have ran their course in the spotlight, but I think it's always fun to go back and try them every once in a while again. We don't really have anything like it anymore. I mean, PlayStation has haptics in their controllers, and Nintendo Switch has something. But with the Wii, it was different. I mean, they had full-on motion controls, and they worked really well for the most part. Well, I guess all there is to do now is wait for Fling Smash 3D to come out. Still waiting. Any second now.